I've been reporting on the transformation of the Buckhorn since 2018 when my hair didn't even fit on the screen. That's when the legend Buckhorn Bobby, aka Bob Olguin, he made the announcement he was going to step away from running the tavern after a health scare. He had gained international acclaim for his green chili cheeseburgers on the Food Network, was even featured in GQ, but he was ready to step away.
The old timers always tell you take the time to smell the roses. There's a lot of meaning to it when you reiterate your life.
Well, today the new owners are cooking up their own legacy. In this heart of New Mexico, you're going to see it has nothing to do with the food. There is something special.
Those go on table 8.
Getting cooked up in San Antonio, New Mexico.
We still do the same burger that has always been served here.
There's a really good chance you'll see Ernie Sickler at the Buckhorn Tavern.
We're open 6 days a week. I'm in here 7.
And an equally good chance there will be green chili on the grill.
I go through at least 25 pounds a day, if not more.
Was the green chili hot today?
No.
No?
This operation is a family affair.
I'm gonna tell her that you said it wasn't hot. So when she yells at me.
Stephanie Sickler, Ernie's wife, helps with the front of the house.
We'll get you guys in right here.
They bought the Buckhorn in 2019, and we were there for that. At the time, they had no idea what was in store.
We're excited. Nervous, but excited.
As soon as they opened, the pandemic shut them down. But seasons changed, and a new recipe of sorts took shape, inspired by Stephanie's father, Russell Armitage.
Dad always had a mullet. He rocked it till the very end.
Russell had challenges in life.
They did an IQ test on him. He couldn't read the test, and so he failed completely everything that was put in front of him. So he was labeled stupid.
He was not. He was, however, dyslexic during a time when we understood less about learning disabilities.
So when he graduated, he had about a second grade reading level.
But he still had a hunger to learn.
You know, reading a few lines of a book took him 15 minutes just to read a few lines. He could skate through life, but he chose that he didn't want to do that for his family.
Eventually, literacy became so important to him, he was one of a few New Mexicans selected for a special honor.
He earned a trip to Washington, D.C. to meet Barbara Bush.
Russell went from needing his mom to fill out his job applications to meeting the First Lady, whose mission was to make sure all adults could read.
I think that trip meant that he succeeded, that he went from a second grade reading level to the National Congress to show what he did and to prove to his family that anything they do is worth it.
Now the Sicklers are serving more than burgers.
It can completely change somebody's life.
They found many of their employees had challenges that prevented them from getting an education.
We feel that adult education is so important.
So they are putting their money behind the Buckhorn Tavern Scholarship. Socorro County residents can apply through the Community Foundation of Southern New Mexico, all meant to help adults further their education.
Something as simple as getting their GED, it sounds simple, but it's really when you start talking to our staff and the hurdles of, well, I had to take care of my sibling, or I had to start working to support the family. There's generational family housing. And so how do we then say, thank you so much for supporting us, for supporting our customers. We want to support you.
An effort to elevate and educate the same way her father did.
For everything. I'm going to start crying.
Russell died when Stephanie was a teenager, but she says he'd be proud of the scholarship.
He would have a newspaper clipping on his locker at work.
Russell never made it to the Buckhorn, but just outside the front door, there is
Little free libraries for all, Russell Armitage, and we just kind of did it in a nod of Dad. Keep his memory going.
a monument to learning, as the Sicklers hope their legacy of helping others lives longer than the beloved Buckhorn. So there have already been 2 recipients of the Buckhorn Tavern Scholarship. Mm-hmm. Of course, they're accepting donations, but they're wanting to make this thing a permanent fixture to help the people in Socorro County for now and in the future.
Wow.
Wow. Really has made such an impact. Just that whole aura there.
What a legacy.
Yeah, absolutely. Just
Pretty
amazing.
awesome stuff.